Perceuse, il tille. Pistolet, il tille. Pour des fixations rapides et solides comme le béton. Il tille. L'innovation, une idée fixe.
Poslouchej, Olga.
Ivane, muž tam o sobě nemůže předurčovat osud.
Jenže, Olga, katarzní transcendence musí být nutnou podmínkou.
Vážně? Ty teda popíráš Eisenbaumovu teorii metamorfózního dualismu?
Ano.
Oh dear, this film is obviously in need of some refreshment.
Let's face it, Olga. No way we're going to crack the meaning of life tonight.
Suppose not.
What say we give it some down the disco?
What, can we have a curry after?
Yeah!
Apparently, film buffs, Heineken can even refresh the part twos other beers cannot reach.
Kellogg's, the original cornflakes and still the best. Golden, fresh, crispy, tasty. Kellogg's cornflakes, crispy, tasty, wakey, wakey, wakey.
Så har vi den rätta lottoraden.
Lotto! Nu håller ni käften.
Nummer 2.
Ja, är det lotto?
9. 11. 23. Och så vädret. Södra Götaland och västkustområdet.
Vad var det för siffror?
Klart under dagen, med en temperatur
Vad var det för
15
siffror?
grader. Mot kvällen...
Aj.
Övriga Götaland, södra Svealand.
If your butter tastes much saltier than Galway Bay, then don't dismay, everything's okay. Spread a little creaminess the Lurpak way. The taste of Lurpak butter is the uppermost. Ask any decent host, it's the cream he'll boast. Spread a little creaminess upon your toast.
Lurpak with creamy taste.
Look, I'll be seeing you around, okay? Look, I'll be seeing you around, okay?
Is it love, or is it Memorex?
not only easy to use, it's so compact you can slip it in your pocket. That way you won't look like a tourist.
What's the matter, Wilbur?
They changed my Coke.
Something wrong with it?
I know, they sure changed it.
Coulda asked.
What coulda? I stuck with them through 3 wars and a couple of dust storms, but this is too much. Guess something big made them change.
Right big.
Right big. Pepsi, the choice of a new generation.
Still coulda asked.
This is a commercial urging you not to buy something. Strange. The very latest TVs have FST, but don't buy one. FST doesn't mean
Talismatic.
it means flatter, squarer tube, which means a brighter, clearer picture. But don't buy one. Rent. Rent from Radio Rentals, and you can chop and change to keep up with ideas like FST. That's why Radio Rentals say you'll be glued to our sets, not stuck, 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 stuck.
Silence. Agnès is talking.
If you want to have the best tan of all, but your skin's too sensitive for strong sun, use Nanuko suntan lotion. You can be as brown as you want to be, because you can take just as much sun as you want to. Nanuko suntan lotion. Nobody's going to put you in the shade.
People have a love-hate relationship with their cars. They love them, but they don't always treat them right. Yet with all the abuse they get, over 90% of all Subarus registered since 1974 are still on the road. With a hasty word now imagine how much longer they would last if people didn't love them so much. It's because Subaru. Inexpensive and built to stay that way. You always
Agrafeuse électrique Peugeot, Yaka.
We took 2 of the world's toughest trucks and a 400-foot cliff. And this is the truck made by Tonka.
newspaper.
Shut up.
VG is a rotten paper.
Shut up.
VG is a rotten paper.
VG is a dynamic paper.
VG is a rotten... VG is a dynamic paper. Dynamic paper.
These two cloths will absorb just the same amount. But in time, this one dries up and goes hard, while the new Veleda cloth stays like new. The new Veleda cloth, it won't dry up and go hard.
Sally, who took the yellow pages? Honey, have you seen the yellow pages?
No.
Susie, where are the yellow pages?
Sally had it left. I did not.
Come on, I need the yellow
Over the
pages.
years, one book has been in more homes, helping people throughout New York find more goods and services. The 9X Yellow Pages.
Mom.
It's always there when you need it.
Bocca della verità mangia la mano a chi dice le bugie.
Giuro solennemente che quest'olio è migliore di Sagra.
E forse quest'olio è un po' più buono di Sagra.
Nessun olio è come Sagra, eh?
Sagra, extravergine di oliva. Buon olio, non mente.
Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him. Oh, no.
My noble Lord Hamlet. Over here, son. On me, eh?
Forget he drinks Garling Black Label.
Your best bet for a fuller flavor.
Darling Black Label.
Si camino no hablar, nadie venir. Correr. Si camino no hablar, ser Firestone Radial Sport. Que venir. Firestone Radial Sport. Ir suave, ir mejor.
We've known each other ever since you brought Fifi into the surgery 5 years ago.
Really?
And it only seems like 5 minutes.
Doesn't time fly by? Oh, have you a leaflet on caring for Fifi's coat?
Oh, yes, I'd like to give you a copy. I think I've got one right here.
Thank you.
Hold on. They'll make us cut a couple of those bits, huh? Why? There's a couple of scenes that contain host and export.
So?
Holston export's far too strong for family consumption.
Oh, well, let's see the rest.
I should give her a trim next week.
Oh, that would be nice.
Okay, when?
Next Wednesday would be convenient, but you'll need your clippers and free powder.
No. There's some more Holston export. It can't be that strong. Listen, it's brewed to a traditional Hamburg recipe for a strong, smooth taste. Oh. Well, now we've cut all the Holston export out. Let's have a look at it.
We've known each other 5 minutes.
Doesn't time fly by?
Yes, I'd like to give you one right here.
That would be nice, but you'll need your clippers and free powder.
Yeah. Without those strong Holston export scenes, it's a lot more suitable for family viewing.
Holston Export. Ex-certificate lager.
Out on the market, we are always being asked which one we think is of the highest quality and tastes the best. Well, to be sure of being completely honest and unbiased, Ed and I placed each of our answers separately in an envelope. Ed's answer is the Bartles & James Premium Wine Cooler. That is funny. So is mine. Well, you cannot argue with research. Thank you very much for your interest and your support.
People often wonder why they can't find Henry Weinhard's Private Reserve quite as easily as some other beers. That's because we still brew Henry's only a few hundred barrels at a time. So in the same time a large brewer makes 100 bottles of beer, we only make one. So if you occasionally have to wait for Henry's, just remember,
When are you gonna move that truck?
it's because we're still doing everything we can to make Henry's worth waiting for.
November!
This week, the Sunday Times publishes extracts from the autobiography of one of Britain's best-loved actors, the star of such classics as Bridge on the River Kwai, Oliver Twist, A Passage to India, Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, Father Brown, and Star Wars. He writes about the range of characters he's portrayed and the fascinating people he's met behind the scenes. A man of many parts. The Genius of Alec. Exclusively in this week's Sunday Times.
Coffee, anyone? Won't be a minute.
Because we thought that making filter coffee was sometimes a bit of an effort, we made Brook Bond Red Mountain.
It's not that
Red Mountain is freeze-dried, so it tastes fresh and richly roasted.
Lovely coffee. Anyway, what I was going to say...
Red Mountain. It's like ground coffee taste without the grind.
It's harder to get started, but once it gets going, it never stops. Bazooka Bubblegum, if you're tough enough to chew the hard stuff.
Ja, das war jetzt unsere erste reguläre Folge. Ich hoffe, ihr hattet da ein bisschen Spaß dran und es war nicht zu lang. Ich war mir nicht so ganz sicher, ob ich 15 oder 20 Minuten mache, aber ich glaube, 20 Minuten ist eigentlich ein ganz guter und überstehbarer Bereich, sagen wir es mal so. Ein paar Spots waren dabei, die kanntet ihr wahrscheinlich. Also ich sag mal, der Audi-Spot mit der Sprungschanze, der ist ja doch relativ bekannt gewesen damals. Galt damals als einer der aufwendigsten Spots, aber das war selbst in dem Jahr nicht so. Und da kommen wir jetzt gleich zu. Denn ich habe ja wie immer am Ende noch 3 besondere Spots ausgewählt. Als erstes mal ein Social Spot. Da geht es um den Natural Born Smoker. Der hat damals in England für einiges an Aufsehen gesorgt, der Spot, weil der doch sehr zynisch, sehr bösartig ist. Und die hatten den Fehler gemacht und hatten den also ganz normal im Werbeblock in den Kinos gezeigt. und haben dann erst später die Idee bekommen, den vielleicht doch ab 13 Jahre freizugeben und den nicht unbedingt Kindern zu zeigen. Aber guckt euch den mal an, der ist ganz schön. Da kommt auch noch ein zweiter Spot zu der Serie, den bringe ich dann etwas später. Wo wir gerade von Serien reden, es gibt ja eben so komplette Kampagnen, die bestehen dann aus 6 bis 12 Spots. Da habe ich in dieser Folge auch schon so einige davon drin, sozusagen die ersten aus der Serie, und präsentiere dann in den nächsten Folgen immer weitere Spots aus der Serie. Das ist zum Beispiel so bei dem Bartle & James Weincooler. Das ist ein Zeugs, das ist so ein Wein-Mischgetränk, was es hier in Deutschland eigentlich gar nicht gibt und auch keiner kennt. Aber ihr werdet das noch kennenlernen in den nächsten Episoden, da bin ich mir ganz sicher. So, als nächstes hätte ich dann den Star-Spot der Woche. Und da habe ich mich für Michael J. Fox entschieden. Der hat nämlich damals mit Pepsi 2 oder 3 Spots gemacht. Die kommen also alle noch in der Serie. Das ist hier jetzt wohl auch der bekannteste. Den habt ihr wahrscheinlich auch damals im Kino gesehen, wenn ihr damals so schon ins Kino gegangen seid. Die Fernsehfassung war dann so auf ungefähr 30 Sekunden runtergekürzt, war nicht ganz so witzig. Hier habt ihr nochmal in voller Länge, natürlich nicht in der Top-Qualität, aber da hatte ich ja in der Einleitungsepisode schon was zugesagt zu dem Thema. Und als drittes ist das mein persönlicher Lieblingsspot der Woche. Der stammt aus dem Jahr 1984 und bewirbt das Hill Valley, nein, nicht Hill Valley wäre falsch, das ist Michael J. Fox, das Mill Valley Film Festival. Das ist ein Independent Festival in den USA gewesen. Und im Gegensatz zu normalen Werbefilmchen, regionalen Werbefilmchen, die kleinere Festivals bewerben, ist der besonders originell, weil der für Filmfans doch einiges bietet im Dialog und visuell eben das Ganze konterkariert mit Leuten, die eben aus diesem kleinen Dörfchen stammen. Ist sehr, sehr witzig gemacht, ist vielleicht ein bisschen lang, aber Filmfreaks werden da ihren Spaß dran haben. Ich bin Filmfreak, deshalb mein Spot der Woche. Ja, das war's eigentlich für diese Woche. Dann wünsche ich euch eine schöne Aprilwoche noch und wenig Probleme mit dem Coronavirus. Wir haben ja April 2020, wir stecken ja jetzt alle im Moment in Quarantäne. Und bis zur nächsten Woche. Tschüss.
The natural-born smoker will be a responsible parent. To encourage early learning, the child will be exposed to tobacco smoke from birth. Then, when it's older, sent to school to be taught the correct way to inhale cigarette smoke by a group of people called friends. Any child who feels dizzy, sick, or afraid of cancer will be ridiculed until they conform and become a regular smoker.
Somebody have any change? The choice of a new generation.
Once a year, the eyes of the international film community turn to the tiny town of Mill Valley, California, and its glorious cinematic celebration.
Of course, we had the debut of Paris, Texas last year, and that was very nice. That was
very nice. Very nice.
I guess we're all looking forward to the film noir retrospective.
Yeah, we like that deep focus.
Well, there's a surface to the genre that, if anything, improves with age.
They're bringing back that Jane Russell movie, Hot Blood.
Ellen and Bob want an answer about the Video Fest. Are we going or not?
Aaron says that the recent New Zealand films are better than the French New Wave.
I did not. I just said they were reminiscent.
That's stupid, Daddy. Where's their Truffaut? Where's their Godard?
Rich?
We are going to see the premiere of a Axel Wexler film, Latino.
We are Axel Wexler's fans from way back.
Medium cool.
That Wim Wenders is such a nice young director. There should be more like him.
So, am I going to see you at the premiere of that new Paul Schrader film?
Mishima?
Yeah.
No, I can't. My dad's taking us to Africa.
Well, can't you get out of it?
I was telling Morris, get this. We got this world premiere of Joseph Papp's new film starring Meryl Streep and John Gielgud. And he says, who's Joseph Papp?
You gotta be kidding me.
I don't know how that guy ever made sergeant.
Of course, Eisenstein really wrote the book on film cutting. Everything since has more or less been a footnote. But some footnotes are more interesting than others. This year, we're having a panel of discussion with some of the best editors in the business. Marshall Lucas, Bob Dalva, Michael Chandler, Tom Sanford.
So God's up in heaven. He looks down at his calendar and he sees the end of the world is coming up. And he decides that somebody should film it, right? So he has St. Peter go down and shop the property for a director. St. Peter comes back and says he can't find a director. And God says, well, what about Lucas? And St. Peter says, he won't do it. He'll produce it, but he won't direct it. That's no good, God says. Well, how about Spielberg? He can't do it. It's something to do with his contract. Well, how about Coppola, says St. Peter. God says, Coppola, I gotta make a profit on this thing.